Yeah, happy Sunday. So, welcome you all for our live class. So, as part of our live classes today, I am going to teach you, or we are going to learn together the early humans and the beginning of civilization. So, if you look at this chapter, yeah. So, history. So, in history, chapter one, early humans and the beginning of civilization, from the prehistory to civilization. So if you look at this early humans, so humans evolved from the apes to yeah. Sorry for the interruption. So early apes to today's Homo sapiens. So we have our ancestor Homo habilis, Homo erectus, Homo neanderthal, Homo sapiens sapiens. So this is the evolution of the human beings. So in this chapter we are going to study who are the early humans, our ancestors. At the same time, what kind of stone tools they used. So we have different lithic ages. What is known as lithic? Lithic means stone ages, lithic ages. So we have Palaeolithic, we have Mesolithic, we have Neolithic, we have Chalcolithic, we have Bronze Age, we have Copper Age, and we have Iron Age. So again, if you look at this Paleolithic, again Paleolithic is divided into three types: Lower Paleolithic, Middle Paleolithic, and Upper Paleolithic. This is the evolution of the stone culture, human evolution, and their stone evolutions. So if you look at this picture, you will see. So the stone is a little bit bigger, and that is called Acheulean hand axis and Abivian hand axis. So these are the tools which is used by the early humans. So these early humans, Homo habilis and Australopithecus and Homo erectus and Homo sapiens, and till here these people used different type of hand axes, stone tools for different purposes. Today we are using different different knives and different tools which are made with mostly iron and all. But iron is discovered just 4,000 years back. So iron, which we are using iron, okay. So it is discovered just 4,000 years back, or let us say 5,000 years back. So before that, if you go to 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs, and 30 lakhs, our ancestor Homo habilis, Homo erectus, and Homo neanderthal, they used these stone tools. So early humans, we are going to study apes to evolution of the human being, how they evolved to modern days. Okay, so this is comes under the human evolution. And cave art also we are going to study in this chapter. Cave art. So what kind of, see, what is the what type of, the earlier they used to live in the caves and forest. So as a part of leisure time, they are they drew some pictures on the caves, and the best example is Bimbetka, is one of the archaeological site related to Paleolithic age, which is there in Madhya Pradesh, one of the best examples. So caves is how they hunted the deers and animals. Okay, everything is there in this. And at the same time, we are also going to see the pottery and fire. So this fire was discovered by the Homo erectus. Who is Nana? Homo erectus. This fire was discovered by Homo erectus. As I told you, this chapter is very, very important, which contain nearly, how many pages, Nana? Nearly 30 pages. So this is the new syllabus. This chapter is a little bit difficult also. The person who is having the command over this, history and all, he will tell you the best thing. Okay. And from villages to modern civilization, how villages were formed, how settlement was formed in Neolithic ages. Before that, human beings were hunters and gatherers. Before that, human beings were hunters and gatherers. Okay. And how this villages, how this settled villages started and led to human civilization. And okay, journey of humanity or human being from prehistory. What is prehistory? So history is three types, Nana. Prehistory, protohistory, and history. History is how many types, Nana? History is three types: prehistory, protohistory, and history. So what is prehistory? Before the age of invention of writing. I told you, we have Palaeolithic age, we have Mesolithic age, we have Neolithic age, we have Chalcolithic, Bronze age, Iron age. So before the Neolithic, before this Iron age also, people did not discover the writing. So there is a lack of writing. There was no invention of writing. So that is called prehistory. What is prehistory? There was no writing. Before the writing is called prehistory. And what is protohistory? Period of transition of use of metals. The human being started using of metals. That is called protohistory. Here writing is there, but human being cannot decipher it. Cannot decipher it. Decipher means cannot study it. The script which was invented by the early humans, we cannot able to read it and we cannot able to decipher it. Is called protohistory. And coming to, then we have history. History deals about the writing. We can study, we can discover, we can decipher the writing part is called history. So we have early ages. So after prehistory, protohistory, after protohistory, we will be having history. So in the history time, we have early villages. So agriculture was started, domestication of animals and settled life started in the Neolithic age. Which age, Nana? Neolithic age. So for the first time, you should remember in which stage, in which age, for the first time, settled agriculture and domestication of animals and settled life started. So you have to answer it. It is early Neolithic age. And coming to from early villages to it leads to urban civilization. What is that, Nana? Urban civilization. So rise of cities, trade, writing, culture also developed in urban civilization. The best example in India is Indus Valley civilization. What is that, Nana? Indus Valley civilization, or according to new textbook, it is called Sindhu Saraswati civilization. According to new textbook, it is called Sindhu Saraswati civilization. And coming to this, there is an advanced form of human society. Today we are living in advanced form of human society. So advanced form of human society, development of science, development of art, development of politics and society. Today we are living in a advanced stage of human society, developed society. We will be having all modern infrastructure. We have roads, we have schools, we have colleges, we have hospitals. No, we have modern infrastructure. So today we can consider as a modern form of human civilization. What is that, Nana? Modern form of human civilization. So if you look at this early humans and the beginning of civilization, we are going to start with the prehistory, then coming to protohistory, then coming to history. In history again we are going to discuss the early villages, Neolithic age, then urban civilization, then advanced form of human society, which we are going to discuss in this history part. Next, so what is the key highlight here? So human evolution from ape to human being. So we are going to study in early humans. We are going to study the early humans. They are called apes, monkeys, our ancestor Australopithecus. Okay, Homo habilis, Homo erectus, Homo neanderthal, Homo sapiens all under come under this chapter. Now, human evolution from apes to human, life in the Stone Age. I told you how many stone ages are there? Lithic ages. Lithic means litho means stone. Litho means stone ages. So we have Palaeolithic. You have to follow now. Whatever I am saying, you have to repeat it. This is called shadowing technique. So we have what is Nana? So we have So we have lithic ages. Paleolithic age. Paleolithic age. You have to say Paleolithic age, Mesolithic age. You can remember like this. P stands for paleo. What is that? Paleo. Paleo means stone. Okay. Paleolithic age. Paleo. Lithic means stone. Paleo means old stone age. Paleo means old. Paleolithic. Lithic means stone age. Old stone age. Old stone age 3 types. What is that? Lower Paleolithic, Middle Paleolithic, Upper Paleolithic. You have to say Nana. Lower Paleolithic, Middle Paleolithic, Upper Paleolithic. These are called stone ages. So what are the tools they used? Acheulean hand axes. So the stone which made with no stones. Okay, and there are techniques, some percussion technique. There are different techniques the early humans used to prepare this stone, and they are called Acheulean hand axes, Abelian hand axes. Okay, so tools and food. What kind of food? So early humans were engaged in hunting and gathering. They prepared their food from the hunting. So they used to go to the forest. Actually, they are living in the forest, but to get the food, they are hunting, and they are going to the forest to gather the food. Okay, tubers, roots, fruits, all vegetables, everything they are gathering from the then shelter. So discovery of fire and its importance also we are going to discuss. Cave paintings, I told you Bimbetka, one of the cave paintings. Then art from the past and domestication of animals and agriculture started in Neolithic. So Neolithic age is also called a new stone age. It is there in the our Jammu Kashmir place called Burjaham, Gofrakal. These are the places where you can find the Neolithic stone age sites. And Harappan civilization is very, very important. Nana. Harappan civilization changed to Sindhu Saraswati civilization. What is the civilization? Sindhu Saraswati civilization. And the first urban culture started in India. If you look at this Indus Valley civilization, where the Indus Valley civilization located, Nana? It is in little bit Rajasthan and today Punjab, in Pakistan, little bit Punjab. So it is expanded to Pakistan as well as the India. So we have Harappa, Mohenjo-daro. These are the sites: Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, Dholavira, Surakotada, okay, and Chanhudaro, okay, and Kalibangan. These are the very, very important sites which is there in our Indus Valley civilization. And coming to apart this Indian civilization, we are also going to look at in this chapter the Mesopotamian civilization. What is the civilization, Nana? Mesopotamian civilization. Mesopotamian civilization also called as Sumerian civilization. Which civilization? Sumerian civilization. Today it is in which country means today it is in Iraq. Iraq. What is the capital of Iraq? Baghdad. So we have Tigris River and we have Tigris River. Near this bank of the Tigris and in that river we can see the Mesopotamian civilization. And coming to Egyptian civilization. Today Egyptian civilization is located near Egypt, near the Nile River. That is called Egyptian civilization. And we have Chinese civilization near the river Huanghe and other civilization, Inca and other civilization. But in this chapter we are going to look at the Indus Valley civilization, that is also called as Sindhu Saraswati civilization, and Mesopotamian civilization, and Egyptian civilization and Chinese civilization, which we are going to study in this chapter. So going to next slide. Going to next slide. If you look at this, you will come across, see, chronology of early humans. Chronology of early humans, a timeline of human evolution and the beginning of civilization. I told you, if you look at this here, If you look at this year, we have 4 million years ago. 4 million years ago means how many years, Nana? 40 lakhs years ago. 1 million is equal to 10 lakh years. Right. 40 lakhs years ago, our ancestors, they are called Australopithecus. What is that? Australopithecus. Yeah, they are called Australopithecus. Yeah. So they are called Austral. Yeah. So they are called Australopithecus, walked on two legs. So Australopithecus walked on two legs. They walked on two legs and they have small brain. Which brain, Nana? Small brain, and ate what they ate now? Fruits and leaves and roots. So mainly this Australopithecus engaged in hunting and gathering activity. Which activity? Hunting and gathering activity. Hunting and gathering activity. So any doubt you can ask me, Nana. Any doubt you can ask me related to this chapter. You can tell me in the comment box. So this is an open session for all of you. So since it is a new chapter and the new text, new syllabus of the CBSE 9th class, so most of the students have some doubts with regard to this chapter, because this chapter is very important from your examination point of view. That is the reason why I am teaching you in detailed manner, in detail. So you need to understand. Okay. So any doubt you can ask me. Okay, so where they lived on Australopithecus, walked on two legs, small brain, ate fruits, leaves and roots, lived in Africa. So mostly they lived in Africa. Okay, then second, 2.4 to 1.4 million years ago. 2.4 means almost 24 lakhs years to 14 lakhs years ago. So human beings, they are called Homo habilis. What is that, Anna? Homo habilis. The people who lived 24 to 14 years ago, they were our ancestors. They are called Homo habilis. Homo habilis. They are also called as handyman. What man, Anna? Handyman. So they used the tool. They made the tool with hands. Okay. They are called handyman. They are the first tool maker. Which our ancestor is the first tool maker. It is the Homo habilis. The first Australopithecus, they just walked on two legs and they have very small brain. They have only small brains, right? They have only small brains and ate fruits and leaves, roots, and lived in Africa. They just hunting and gathering, just gather the food mostly. Yeah. Then coming to our advanced form of humans, they are called Homo habilis. Homo habilis, and they are also called as handyman. Which man, Anna? Handyman. They are the first tool maker. They are the first tool maker and used simple stone tools. Simple, not a polished one, not a sophisticated one. So now today we can see in the simple tools in our forest area or in the hilly area. So those tools are called simple tools, little bit modified form, hand axes. Okay, so like this. Though used simple stone tools and lived in groups. So for the first time they lived in groups. So group activity started in Homo habilis. They are our second ancestor and they are also called as handyman. Which man, Nana? Handyman. Coming to little bit advanced human society from 1.9 million years to 1,50,000 years ago. 1.9 to 1,50,000 years ago, they are our ancestors. They are called Homo erectus. Homo erectus. So fully upright human, controlled fire. They are fully upright means they are walking like this. So earlier human beings are walking like this. Okay. Now see this, they are little bit bending. So little bit, this Australopithecus little bit bending. These Homo habilis also little bit bending. For the first time Homo erectus is walking like a upright, like this they are walking, right? And they are called Homo erectus. In fact, these people invented the fire. The fire was invented by Homo erectus. Homo erectus, right? And and the first humans to migrate out of Africa. So we have first humans invented fire. They are called Homo erectus, and the first human to migrate out of Africa. So they migrated from Africa to Europe and Asia. Okay. Then we have Homo neanderthal. They are called Homo neanderthal. Homo neanderthal. 4 lakh years to 40,000 years ago. They are our immediate ancestor, our forefathers. So lived in Europe and parts of Asia. Lived in Europe and parts of Asia. They are strong and muscular body. They have very strong body and muscular body. Okay, they are called Homo neanderthal, lived in Europe and parts of Asia, and strong and muscular body. They have very strong body and muscular body, and buried their dead bodies. Suppose any people who are dying, so they, for the first human being, they buried their dead bodies in the under the ground, and used tools and weapons. So they used a little bit modern tools and modern weapons like like this as spears and arrow and like this. And coming to next 3 lakhs years to present day, they are called Homo sapiens sapiens. More advanced. Today human beings are called Homo sapiens sapiens. So present human being, they are called Homo sapiens sapiens. They are called wise man, very intelligent man, and using their brain. And modern humans developed language. For the first time, the language developed by the Homo sapiens. Okay, and created a art, culture, tools, and built societies and civilization. Built society and civilization. So if you have any doubt, Nana, you can ask me. If you have any doubt in the comment box, you can ask me. I am here to help you. Okay? Say hi in the chat box. Anyone is facing problem? Anyone is facing problem? So it's not a one-way talk. It's not a one-way teaching. So you can. Any doubt? Any doubt? Any doubt? Yeah. The voice is working, huh? Yeah. The voice is working, huh? Yeah. Voice is working, huh? Yeah. Voice is working, huh? Sound problem. चलो बैठ गए इन पर सर. Okay, dear students. Yeah. So our next is Indus Harappan civilization. What is that, Nana? Indus Harappan civilization. So this period is called prehistory. This entire from 4 million years to till 3 lakhs years ago, this history is called prehistory. So this is called prehistory. So there was no writing in this period from Palaeolithic to till Chalcolithic and branches. There was no written history. Then we have protohistory. In the protohistory started 3300 BC to 1300 BC. Indus Harappan civilization, Indus Valley civilization, also called as Harappan Mohenjo-daro civilization, and now it's called Sindhu Saraswati civilization. So it's a planned towns and cities, advanced drainage system, trade and craft, script not yet deciphered. So there is a planned city. If you look at this Harappan civilization, if you look at this Sindhu Saraswati civilization, so the city was so planned. They constructed the city with such a planned manner. So there were roads are there. Okay, street lighting was there. Okay, and there is a proper housing structure, drainage structure was there, and there is a bathing, swimming pool was also there, and they have their own dockyard. In Lothar, in Gujarat, there is a dockyard where they can halt their ships, small ships. So this is one of the modern civilization. And coming to history, we are from 1300 BC to onwards. age of writing was started. Age of writing was started. Okay. Then invention of writing, rise of great civilizations in different parts of the world. So these are the things which you have to know now. So first you should know our ancestor Australopithecus, then Homo habilis, then Homo erectus, then Homo neanderthal, Homo sapiens, and these are the things. And see, major milestone 4 million years ago. What is the major milestone? Walking upright for the first time. They are walking upright and freed their hands for other activities. So they are using their hands for other activities like hunting and gathering and all these things. So they made with the tool making, helped in hunting and cutting and protection. 2 million years ago started. Discovery of fire started by the Homo erectus, and cave painting showed creativity, beliefs and communication. And like for example, you have Bhimbetka in Madhya Pradesh, and you have farming for the first time started in Neolithic age. That is led to the settled life and food security 10,000 BC. And animals also domestication started, provided milk, meat and wool and labor. Okay, then you have invention of the wheel. So it started in the Neolithic age only. Invention of the wheel. So revolutionized transport and pottery and trade also started. So this is our history from 4 millions, means of 40 lakh years used to till present. So this is the next we are moving on to next slide. So human evolution. Human evolution, already we have discussed this one. So what is the learning outcomes of this chapter? So by looking at this chapter, we are going to study, So what is the learning outcomes? After studying this chapter, what you are going to know? Very, very important. So understand prehistory, protohistory and history. I told you prehistory, before writing, that age is called prehistory. Before writing is called prehistory. And protohistory is the period where writing is there, but we cannot read it. That age is called protohistory. And we have history. What is history? History, writing is there, we can read it. Okay, script is there. That is called history. I told you, who is the father of history? What is that? Who is the father of history? Herodotus. Okay, he is the called father of history. Then second objective, explain human evolution. I told you previous slide how humans were evolved from Homo habilis to Homo sapiens sapiens. Human evolution. Describe the stone ages. So how many stone ages were there, Nana? There are, I told you, first one is Palaeolithic age. What is that? Palaeolithic age. Palaeolithic age is divided into 3. Lower Paleolithic, then Middle Paleolithic, then Upper Paleolithic. Just remember, Lower Paleolithic, Middle Paleolithic and Upper Paleolithic. So we are going to discuss. Then after Paleolithic we have Mesolithic. What is that? Mesolithic age. Paleolithic age, Mesolithic age, then we have Neolithic age. What is that? Neolithic age. New Stone is also called as New Stone Age. Neolithic age is also called as New Stone Age. What is that? New Stone Age. Then we have, after Neolithic we have Chalcolithic age, and we have Bronze Age. What is that? Bronze Age. Then we have Iron Age. What is that? Iron Age. Then after that, Harappan Indus Valley Civilization started. So describe the Stone Age. Explain the Neolithic Revolution. So there is a period called, among all these, which one is the Neolithic Revolution? This Neolithic age is called Neolithic Evolution. Why? Because for the first time, settled life was started. Which life, Nana? Settled life was started. Okay, and domestication of animals, like taming the animals like cow, dogs, sheep, goat for the first time. Like today we have sheep, goats, and no, today with us only domesticated animals. For the first time it was started in which age? Neolithic age. Which age, Nana? Neolithic age. This is called Neolithic revolution. And understand the rise of river valley civilization. What is the rise of river valley civilization in India? Indus Valley civilization. What is that? Indus Valley civilization. So most of the civilization was started on the banks of the river. For example, if you take India's civilization, which is on the Indus River only. That's why we are calling Indus Valley civilization or a Sindhu Saraswati civilization according to new textbook. Coming to Mesopotamian civilization or Sumerian civilization, Euphrates and Tigris River. It is there in the bank of Euphrates and Tigris River. Then if you look at this Egyptian civilization, which is on the bank of Nile River. So like that, most of the civilization started on the banks of the river. Why? Because water is very, very essential for the human being. So water is essential for the agriculture, water is essential for the consumption, drinking water, water is useful for the other sources also. So water plays an important role. So that is the reason why the civilization was started on the banks of the river system. This is the main object of this chapter. Next. If you move to next slide, so yeah. So prehistory, protohistory already we discussed about this, the period of human life before the invention of writing. So people lived in caves and huts. So before, I told you, before writing is called prehistory. So people lived in caves and huts and used stone tools. I told you, handmade tools, Assyrian hand axe, Babylonian hand axe, chopper, chopping tools. There are different type of tools are there. Depending on nature for food, they are always depending on nature. See this, if you look at this picture, how they are manufacturing stone tools and how they are cooking the meat, frying the meat with the fried meat with the fire and everything. This is called prehistory. Then evidences, so stone tools they used, then cave paintings, fossils like bone tools and any other fossils and bones also come under this, from first human to the invention of the writing before 3000 BC. Then protohistory, the period between the prehistory and history when writing was known but not yet widely used for understood. Main feature, writing was invented, earliest script developed, use of metal like copper, bronze and iron age was started, rise of early towns and kingdom was started, limited written record but we cannot decipher it. Limited written record. Though records are available, you cannot read it. That is called protohistory. Next, history, the period recorded past about which we have written record, written documents and there's other sources. Main feature, written records are available, detailed accounts of rulers, event and society. We have Chandragupta Maurya, before we have Vedic age, later Vedic, before later Vedic age, Vedic age, later Vedic age. Okay, and we have Harappan civilization, everything. Development of literature, laws were there, religion, sciences, we have Empire, Chandragupta Maurya Empire, Bimbisara, Chandragupta Maurya, Bimbisara, Ashoka. Then before that we have Shishunaga dynasty. Everything is there. No? So this is where we come under the history, where you can decipher, where you can read and read the written documents. That is called under history only. And evidences. What are the evidence for the proto-history? Pottery. So seal and inscription. We can there inscription was there, but we cannot read it. And tools and weapons and coins also there. But here we have inscription which we can decipher, which we can read, and we have manuscript which human being can read, and we have coins and buildings. So this is the history. Okay. Yeah, knowing the past help us to understand the present and build the better future. Knowing the past help us to understand the present and build the better future. That is the reason why we are studying history. That's the reason why we are studying history. Very, very important from your examination point of view. To have those who are going to appear for your civil service examination or state service examination, one should have a clear-cut understanding about these prehistory, proto-history and history. Just one word. What is prehistory? The age before the writing. Writing was not discovered. Okay, the age before the writing is called prehistory. Protohistory, writing was there, but which we cannot read it. Because earlier we have different languages, hieroglyphics, we have different script which we cannot read now. And after that Brahmi script came, and after that Sanskrit language came. After that we have different languages, Telugu, Tamil, etc., etc. Today we can able to read Telugu, we can able to read Sanskrit, we can able to read Brahmi script also, but which we cannot read the early human script. So that period is fall under the protohistory, which we cannot read. Limited written records were there, but still which we cannot read. Now still also Indus Valley civilization script, which we cannot read, though it is there. We can't understand there what was there before that. We can't read. So moving to the next slide. So source of prehistory. How can you? What is the source of prehistory? I told you by looking at their fossil remains. By looking at the fossil remain. By looking at the sources of prehistory, fossil remains. By looking at the skeleton and any fossil animal or flora or plant fossils are there. So we will do the radiocarbon dating method, C14 dating methods. That is called radiocarbon dating method. So it is mostly done by the archaeologists. Who is done? Archaeologist. Archaeologists will study these fossils and stone tools. I told you there are different stone tools and cave paintings, and pottery, bones and archaeological excavation done by the archaeologists, through which we can study the human past. Okay, and with this I'm going to conclude. So this is just a brief introduction about our human past, and actually I have not started this lesson thoroughly, not fully, because I just gave the introduction, because the student who are going to study this early humans and the beginning of civilization, one must have the clear-cut knowledge or understanding about what is the background, who are our ancestors, how they lived, what was their agriculture system, what was their economic organization, what was their political organization, in which we are going to study what is the band system, okay, what is the stateless society and state Cephalus and Acephalus society, everything, and how the political organization was started, like kings and other things, government. Today we are in the highest form of democracy and all, no. But before that there was no that. The tribe band system was there, and tribe system was started. Then state society, stateless society. Today we are having state society where we are we have the head of the government, head of the state like president and prime minister, and all these things which we are going to study. So for this, to understand the early humans and beginning of civilization, every student should have the background knowledge about the prehistory, protohistory, history, and our early human ancestor like Homo habilis. Before that we have so many things: Homo habilis, orangutan, gibbons, monkeys, apes, then Homo habilis, then Homo erectus. Then before that we have Australopithecus, then Homo habilis, then we have Homo erectus. Okay, so many things: Homo neanderthal, Homo sapiens sapiens. So with this I am concluding today's live session, and of course this is the second live session. There are maybe some flaws, some mistakes with regard to the sounds and arrangement and some teaching style. So I am still little bit adapting to the live session. So in the future live session I will do the best videos. So I need your support and all. Thank you for all for giving this opportunity. Sign up from Dr. Charu Mujundar. All the best. Thank you all.